If it's private music, how did I get a hold of it? Today we're doing Deftones Private Music. I'm a big Deftones fan, like 0.05 top percentage in the world on Spotify, probably 4 years in a row, maybe a little bit obsessed. But if you like it, you like it. I mean, come on, you're just going to listen to it. I've been hanging out massively for this album. I would go on the countdown and look at the countdown on Spotify and be like, oh, there's still 13 days left. I don't know why I was surprised, but I know how time works, but I still was excited and I was just checking. I'm like, are they releasing a new song? I got on Milk and Madonna like within the hour. I'm like, oh my god. Private Music is an 11-track album released under Reprise and Warner, and it's produced by Rash, Nick Rashawisiskis. I can't say his name, but he's an American producer and he's worked with Deftones before on Diamond Eyes and Kono Yokan, which are banger albums. And he's also worked with the Foo Fighters, Evanescence, and Alice in Chains. Oh yeah. There's a lot riding on this album because like Gore was kind of missed. People didn't get Gore, which came out in 2016. It was a lower key level experimental album, I guess you'd call it. And then Ohms came out in 2020 during lockdown, and it was good, but it wasn't like Kono Yokan, Diamond Eyes, recent history good to a lot of people. Some people, I thought it was alright when it came out, but I didn't really listen to it again. I guess that's a good gauge of, like, it wasn't that good to me. So there was a lot hanging on Private Music here, and then there was rumors of it being discussed a few years ago. They were bringing out a new album, but this is the biggest gap between albums they've ever had, 5 years. The album was recorded in Shangri-La in Malibu, which is Rick Rubin's studio, which no one references when they were talking about the band were talking about this during the album release. They didn't really relate that to Rick Rubin. Maybe he takes royalties because he's into it. It was also recorded at Joshua Tree and Nashville at Nick Rashawski's, the producer's house. By the way, Nick Raskolinix, that's what it is. He looks kind of like if Kurt Hammett let himself go and ate too many carbohydrates. I looked him up. He looks interesting. First song on the album is the first single they released, and I played the hell out of it. This is what I do. If a song's released as a single, you have a month to listen to it, but you're anticipating an album, you exploit the fuck out of that song. You can't help it. You listen to it so much that you know when the album comes out, you are going to neglect this song and potentially not like it at all. And I feel like I did that with My Mind is a Mountain, which is the first single. It's great. It's like a push and pull kind of record. Excellent drumming from Abe Cunningham on it. I don't mind it. It charted the best out of all the data that's released from the album so far. It's the best performing single, but it's probably because everyone was excited and got on it early. Locked Club. When I think of Locked Club, I'm like, what does that mean? So someone got locked out of a nightclub? Is that what that means? Or does it mean like here in Australia they got like a lock club for your steering wheel for your old cars so you didn't steal them? No one could steal them because you drive and fucking smack you on the head. I don't know what that means. The song names are random according to Gino Reno. He changes them and chops them, and some of the stuff, I think that is referenced in the song. I've heard Lock Club in the song. Killer riff. Like, the riff's been living in my head rent free, and it's actually pissing me off. But I love it when I hear it. But when I play it back to myself, I'm like, bong, bong, bong. Fucking hell. Anyway, it's a fucking good riff, but it really like sticks in your equilibrium. The song is Exodus, track 3. Shedding of Skin is what it means. Groovy bass line and drum when that kicks in. It's almost essence of like a traditional rock band, or like a groovy groove or something you wouldn't hear from Deftones, to me anyway. The new bass is Frank, who's come in on this record. It sounds great on this. I guess it's like his introduction as a bassist. Well, to me, it sounded like it anyway. And Chino is singing on this record as, like, I found some lyrics on this record that were interesting. He said acreage dividing. So I feel like he's kind of getting into real estate development or subdivision or something like that. That was an interesting lyric I heard that I thought I might mention. And the bridge in the song is really beautiful too. Infinite Source track 4, probably the best single on the album, and I'm surprised they didn't release it first or second. I don't know if it's like a way of like surprising people, like to dig them into the album more when it's released. But like Infinite Source should have been probably the lead single or the second one maybe, if it was me running the marketing agency, which I'm not. But that's what I would have done. Excellent riff. Stephen Carpenter, like riff god, basically. He's a riff god or a chugging god. He's like, boom, boom, He's a good guitarist, and he's been doing it for 30 years. He doesn't muck around. He does think the Earth's flat, but I don't know. I guess I'm not a scientist, but I'm not riding with that one. Yeah, great song, commercially appeasing song of the album for me. Souvenir, like I listened to a few times. Like I'm a metalhead. Like I want to listen to the songs and like bang my head and like kind of have an emotion about it, like kind of outlet of emotion. Like maybe if it's anger or stress relief. I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm gonna punch someone's face and when I listen to music, but Souvenirs low key. It sounds like a Gore song to me. It's like, and I didn't like Gore. It's kind of like the album first four tracks on the album bangers, and then they bring in Souvenir, and it's kind of like yeah, it's okay. It's not bad. It's kind of a cruise recheck halftime song for me. CXZ stylized with lowercase c and uppercase x. And I don't know what that means. That sounds like a model of Mazda or a car or something. I don't like that song. That is the skip song on the album for me. It kind of just is washy, convoluted, too abstract for my liking. I mean, I'm biased. I'm riff based. You know what I mean? Drum bass and groove bass and maybe like ambience bass. But that song's like a clusterfuck of other stuff that I don't even know what's going on. So it's not a favorite for me. I think about you all the time is very airy fairy. I saw someone say it's Sex Tape 2.0, which is a massive song on Diamond Eyes for them that gets a humongous amount of streams. It just hit 400 million streams on Spotify. I think it's their third biggest song now, fourth biggest song. It's similar to that, and the title's really good. It really stands out. I think about you all the time. It's kind of how I feel about the chicken schnitzels in my freezer that I'm going to cook later. I think about them all the time, you know, because I'm a fat boy. It kind of sounds like this song sounds like if Sex Tape took edibles, and then just went for a walk on the beach and started like I don't know, hearing the ocean waves and going, "What the fuck is that?" Milk of Madonna, maybe reference. Milk of Madonna is a banger. This is the second single they brought out. Loving the guitar work in this one. Milk of Madonna is funny. When I first read that title, I knew way back in '95 that they were signed by Madonna. I'm thinking, is that a reference to Madonna? And yeah, Madonna signed them in '94. The same year she started a record label, Maverick, and it was also Alanis Morissette that brought out Jagged Little Pill that year. So they had Deftones and Alanis Morissette. We know Alanis sold more, but where is she now? She's not selling out arenas like Deftones. So I like longevity over short time. Cut hands. What you do when you're in the kitchen and I don't know, you don't know how to use a knife. The screaming at the start scared me a little bit. He's like, I'm like, oh fuck, all right. And then it kicks in and it's the guitars. It's real metal. The riffs like, fuck, that sounded like Bulls on Parade for a second. It sounds like a pop metal ballad to me. It's a bit atmospheric too. I think it's a lady pleaser. I feel like it could be like pleased by everyone, but it sounds like appeasing to female pheromones. Departing the Body, excellent way to finish the record. It's a real come down. It feels like the Hurt on the Downward Spiral for me, you know, by Nine Inch Nails. It's like, it's kind of just bringing you back. It's, the lyrics mention the room and like floating in a room and, it's very, the music encapsulates that. It's like this is the most proper soundscape on the record for sure. Start of the record, it really stands out how he's never, Marino's voice is just like, oh, and it's like, what the because that did I put my equalizer wrong on my stereo or something? And it sounds like a bit of a throwback. I think he was referencing Pink Floyd. I think you saw him in an interview saying he heard that in Pink Floyd. And it also, when he recorded that low vocal at the start of this song, Departing the Body, he was recording it and it was an accident how he did it. He was in a hotel room and had to be quiet. So he's like, people next door, and he's like, hey. So the producer's job is to be like, oh, look at that. And Nick's like, yeah, use that. And they're like, all right. And that was that. That was obviously recorded in Nashville. So private music, guys. I thought I'd just run it through you. Like I haven't really done this before, but I always sit on YouTube and watch reaction videos to music. It's quite entertaining. I know it's blown up. I just wanted to chip in my reaction. I would like to do them a bit more. Obviously, like the album recording is a copyright infringement, but I know if I do this sort of video, like at least I own it. Like I'm not trying to fucking keep using copyright material, which is gets you in trouble and gets videos taken down. It's more of a reaction. Walking through it, love Deftones. Like it means a lot to me to sort of reference this album and dig through it a bit, and you know. I'm grateful they brought out another album like this. 10 studio albums over 30 years. Like, and everyone's slightly different. Well, a lot different if you go back and now, and they experiment. And what are they? You always go on Wikipedia like they're the Radiohead of metal. I'm like, huh, yeah, okay. I should look into Radiohead. I don't really listen to Radiohead, but yeah, great album. I think like it's A-level grade for me. Like, yeah, it's not bad. I like it. They brought back the metal. Deftones, guys, if you're still watching, God bless you. Stay real, stay deaf, stay toned.